very deep. So up next is the I don't know where to start. You know, with Abby, it's a whole different ball game. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome Abby Gutty to the stage.
Drums. Drums tell an interesting story. They beat loud and hard, more so when they're instruments of communication such as the gong or the African talking drum. Why should such an instrument be made to speak? Beyond the linguistic exactitude of the Yoruba language touted by linguists as the richest language in the world, the African talking drum beats loud and hard, speaking volumes in every thirds of rhythm. Why? Why should such an instrument be made? Just in case you haven't seen it, it's an intricate work of art crafted by African sages long before the dawn of colonization, when Africans supposedly had no voice. The drum speaks of itself. God knows when I was made, but my ancestry derives not from other percussive instruments, but from the heart and soul of a Moor who possessed no culture, no literature of his own, no voice, no capacity for critical thought. I was that intricate instrument that moved our forefathers to war in the Egyptian liberalization. I was that instrument that moved our sisters and our mothers to bounce their bubbling bosoms by the fire in the native rite of flirtation. I moved hordes of villages to heed the king's voice through the beat of the town criers, through the voice of the town criers' beat of my hide. I played delightfully when our children danced around their mothers at tales told to them by the moonlight. I was that beat that played mournfully at the loss of my father's identity, when our lives had to be molded for us, our stories told for us, our history written for us. I played sadly in that little corner of forgetfulness, but it was only for a short moment, for soon my usefulness would be needed again. Our fathers to Brazil and the Americas, our slaves are taking me with them in their hearts, bound together with fetters in a chain gang. They without a voice sang harmoniously amid tears and blood. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. By and by, when the morning come, when the saints of God are gathered home, we will tell the story how we've overcome, for we'll understand it better by and by. Negro spirituals to the God of those who are taking them as slaves. I was there too, but spoke silently. Gentle raps upon my hide to communicate between us slave folk, that the schoolmaster of our plantations may not know, may not hear, till we had broken free in emancipation. Thanks to slavery, I'm everywhere now, the resounding evidence that before the advent of slavery, my people were intelligent people whose only crime was not xenophobia. We embraced strangers who sold us Bible and God, and in return took our lands. I'm that voice that such a creature as I could not have been formed nor fashioned adventitiously. I'm the product of thought, the result of a science that beyond the pitch blackness of a blackboard reaches out from the heart. Might I use the words in connection with my shaping? Extemporization, improvisation, spontaneity, unbridled creativity, poetry. Yes, poetry. It was science, but one of a kind poetic science. I am that evidence that like the voice of the slave, Olayudo Equiano, rang long before colonization, we are almost a nation of dancers, musicians, and poets. I played loud and hard at the Festival of Excision for Women. I played loud and hard at the Feast of Plural Marriages. I played delightfully when young men fell in love while chasing after butterflies in the wilds around Kilimanjaro. I am the voice of Nigeria, the voice of the Gold Coast, the voice of the Congo, the voice of Rwanda, the voice of Burundi, the voice of Bata, the Yoruba dance of valor and flirtation, the voice of a woman's husband's harem. I speak now, I tell a story. There were 10 women in the house, each of us with an angle, each with a different story of how she came to be a member of Ikemba's harem. I was the eldest wife. That made me peculiar from the rest of the women. Apart from being the eldest, my connection with Ikemba was without the complexities of our customs. Ikemba and I met, fell in love, and married. The other women did not, like me, have a say in the matter. Some of them were widows whom the elders had agreed upon should be taken into Ikemba's custody. A man sits outside his hut one morning, enjoying the sounds of a waterfall nearby, only to hear music from a large procession of elders and maidens bearing a woman to his household. The gods have spoken. The elders have concluded. Ikemba must take Ungozi, the widow of Amechi, for wife. He has no say in the matter. It becomes a husband again. That is the case of Ungozi, not to mention Ada, Chinelu, Unoma, Hioma, Uche, Adaura, Amarachi, and Chizoba. Each woman loved Ikemba at least in their own right and respect. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby. Thank you very much. I guess that's gonna be it for tonight. Unless, anybody else, you want to do one? Okay, sure. Welcome, welcome.